In 1988, Trump named Kharg Island as the leverage point. CENTCOM just proved the old idea still works. 38 years later, the bill came due. On May 16, American forces struck Kharg Island's military layer with precision. The operation was not aimed at the oil terminal itself, but at the defensive structures guarding it. That distinction matters. The shield was hit first, and the asset was left exposed. The strike message was deliberate. Washington removed the island's military cover without touching the export machinery, signaling that the next move can be escalated if Hormuz remains contested. It is a narrow warning, but a very expensive one to ignore. Carter passed, Reagan passed. Every administration after that kept the option locked away. Now the lock is gone, and Kharg is the one standing in the open. For decades, hitting Kharg carried a global price shock nobody wanted to trigger. That changed after the blockade and the activation of alternate Gulf supply routes. The old political math no longer protects the island the way it once did. The warning that followed was simple. If Iran keeps disrupting maritime traffic, the oil infrastructure itself becomes the next target. That is not rhetoric. It is a measured escalation path, and everyone in the region understands the sequence. Iranian missile launches are trending down, not up. With supply chains pressured and stockpiles being consumed, the IRGC cannot replace weapons at the rate it uses them. The pressure is not theatrical. It is cumulative, and it shows. Tehran threatened retaliation across the Gulf. Then it hit Oman, the one actor helping keep the back channel alive. That is not deterrence. That is confusion with paperwork. Oman has no U.S. bases, but it does serve as a diplomatic back channel. Striking, it weakens the safest off-ramp Tehran had left. When a force starts hitting its own mediator, the problem is no longer just tactical. Damage to Kharg's defensive sites removes part of the island's anti-access layer. That matters because it clears space for whatever comes after. The point is not punishment alone. The point is operational preparation.
A lot of different types of aircraft, different roles.
They called ATACMS a land weapon. CENTCOM used it against a submarine. Naval assumptions just took a hard hit. In the first 13 days, American forces did something no one had tested in combat before. A land-based ATACMS strike was used to sink an Iranian submarine. That changes how every remaining Iranian submarine has to think about water, distance, and exposure. The Ghadir-class mini-submarines were supposed to be the Strait's invisible guardians. After that strike, the word invisible carries less weight. Iranian commanders now know American targeting can reach far beyond the surface fight. The USS Tripoli is not cruising for style points. It is moving with purpose, and the region can read the message. An amphibious ready group led by USS Tripoli is moving toward the Middle East with roughly 5,000 combat-ready personnel. That force is built for sea-based entry, rapid decision-making, and the kind of missions that follow after the air picture has already been shaped. A Marine Expeditionary Unit is built for contested landings against degraded defenses. With Kharg's military layer already hit, the island is easier to approach than it was a day ago. That is why the movement matters now. The Supreme Leader released a written statement only. No audio, no video, just text. In an information war, that kind of silence speaks very loudly.
The seditious six urged members
During the Pentagon briefing, the Defense Secretary described Khamenei as wounded and in hiding. Whether that framing is complete or not, the public signal is clear. Washington is treating Iran's top leadership as fragile, isolated, and under pressure. That tone is deliberate. It tells IRGC officers the United States sees the regime's command structure as fractured, not confident. It is a psychological signal aimed at the people who still have to make decisions while the center looks unstable. The most sensitive variable remains Iran's enriched uranium stockpile. The Defense Secretary said American options range all the way to taking physical control of it. That is not a casual phrase. It is a signal that every scenario remains on the table. The hardest option sat in a file for decades. Yesterday, somebody finally signed off on it. The strategic calculation is no longer theoretical. Iran's strategy depended on one big assumption, that Washington would stop before the most painful choices. The strike on Kharg broke that assumption overnight. From here on, Tehran is operating in a threat environment that no longer respects old restraint patterns. Kharg is exposed. The submarines are under pressure. The Tripoli is still coming, and CENTCOM is keeping score.
Where we get together a lot of different types of aircraft, different roles.